is so sick. You guys, we're at Laguna Seca. We finally made it. Optima Battery Ultra Streetcar Challenge. We brought the Camaros you guys saw. I'm super excited. I'm geeking out. Oh my God, you guys. I don't know how much you guys can hear me, but we are set up right here. This is a paddock for the weekend. Music, baby, music. With my buddy Josh. So freaking cool. Guys, I'm just finishing up the maintenance on the Camaro real quick. Let me show you guys. We had to do some quick maintenance because you guys remember last weekend we had LS Fest and we had to do a quick oil change. And yeah, buddy, AMS oil right there for the win. These cars are not gonna let me talk, you guys. Maybe I'll talk to you guys a little bit. Yeah. We got a driver's meeting later on, but we'll see you guys in a little bit.
All right, we're also going to do the Winrock Speed Design and Engineering Competition today.
Oh yeah, you guys, it is a cold freaking morning. Look at all the dew on the car. Oh yeah. Got a little pace car out there this morning, you guys. Oh yeah, getting them tires warmed up. What is up, everybody? So it is next day. I would call this day one just because technically day one. On Friday, we just kind of get here, you set up, you check in. It's really only for the novices, like first timers, and you basically get credentials. You got to get tagged, you got to do a fire drill with the car, a driver's meeting, all that. But we did do some orientation laps yesterday. You guys should have seen the look on my face, you guys.
Like I had butterflies, dude.
I didn't do any filming really. I might have did some on the PDR, but it was just, I mean, it's super low speeds. We just went out there to kind of just get a feel for the track. And let me tell you, I've been simming the track on PlayStation, and it is, obviously the turns are pretty much the same, but the elevation changes are nuts, dude. It just doesn't do any justice on the game. But so to this morning, we got a lot going on. We got the Autocross. It's supposed to rain today. You guys can already see the clouds are not going to be our friend. We're supposed to get rain here in the next couple hours. So we're going to be having probably a wet Autocross. Not to mention they're going to let us do today practice runs out on the road course out here at Laguna Seca WeatherTech. And I'm a little nervous. I'm a little sketched. We're probably just going to leave everything on the car. Leave the traction control on, ABS, you name it, everything on, because it's going to be that kind of a track, cold, I mean, all that. So I'm running the Nanking tires, the 315 square, the CRS, and they don't like the cold. They need a bunch of heat, like a bunch of heat, in order for them to start working. So we're going to leave everything on, see what happens. Also, we got design and engineering, so they basically take the car and they judge it for what it is, more or less. So we got to do that as well, but we'll see. But I'll see you guys in a little bit. You guys see him running back there? Let me put this umbrella away. Guys, it is freaking wet out here and they're still running on the track. We just finished the first session of Autocross. We are in line for D&E. Basically, they're judging on the car from the looks, the design aspect, you name it. You guys already know, but it's raining. So I don't know how much it's gonna matter, but after this, I think we're gonna do lunch and then go into maybe a second Autocross, if not the practice sessions actually on the road course at Laguna. Got Danny over here in the building. Danny, they see you over there, bro? We're trying to get some tips from Danny at the Autocross today, so we're trying to be fast, baby. We did actually pick up time this morning. We picked up time in that, so every run we went out there, we got better, so that's good. But now, probably not so much, not in this range at least. But I'll see you guys in a bit.
Don't smack me.
Bro, y'all doing too much, bro. Why you guys hiding, dude? Wow, they're hiding, you guys. Little bummer. We've been in a rain delay for the last maybe 2.5 hours, if you guys can see. And yeah, I mean, we went through engineering and design for the judging of that, and you saw how wet it was, and it hasn't stopped. It's like a river out there right now, and we just got a message saying they're basically canceling the rest of the events throughout the day. The only thing we got to do is we got to do the road rally still. They give us a destination and drive there and back, and you collect points and stuff like that. But it's kind of a bummer because we don't get our practice time on the road course. So hopefully tomorrow is not wet. I don't know. Why are you guys still hiding? We'll see you guys, I don't know, later sometime. Good morning, everybody. It is the last day, Sunday. We're finally gonna get some track time. It is definitely wet this morning, you guys can see. Little bit of an overcast still, but again, we're finally gonna be able to get some track time here at Laguna Seca WeatherTech Raceway, I should say. I'm excited. We're gonna run the Camaro, of course. I've never run the Camaro out here, so I'm excited because it definitely seems to be a power track, if that even is the right way to put it, because there's a lot of uphill climbs and all that. So we got the power for it, so we'll see what happens. I'll see you guys out there. So here we have turn 5. They actually let us on this turn here. This is how you kind of come on track, at least for our session. I'm not sure how they do it for the other groups. I think they go through the pits. But take note of this. This is a very important part right here. I'll talk about it here in a little bit. But here, again, this is kind of a warm-up lap. They're just kind of getting us on course. This is really the only second time that I have been on this track, other than 2 previous laps for orientation at minimal speed. So here I'm just trying to get some heat in the tires, get the brakes up to temperature as well, trying to get some heat in the brakes as well to make sure we can stop when we're coming down those straights. Here's the corkscrew for the first time, you guys. That thing was gnarly. It's actually a lot bigger drop than it seems on camera. I think they say it's like, I don't know, 3 stories total from the top all the way to the bottom, meaning towards this area right here. But again, just trying to find my line, trying to get an idea, trying to get a feel for the track. And then we're going to start up some speed here. We're going to try to build some speed up. Again, try to get some heat in the tires and the brakes, because we're getting ready to go into basically our first lap, or green flag, whatever you want to call it. So this is the main straight right here. We're just gonna kind of get up to speed, and you can notice we let the car in front of us get a little distance as well, because it's really all time trial, time based, and we really want to get some distance so that way we put a good time down. But it actually does not end up working, because I end up just catching everybody, and we end up in this like huge freaking like train, I guess what you want to call it, and slow everybody down, really slow everybody down, because everybody up front just kind of slew everyone else down as was in the back. There you saw me, it was very damp. The track was super damp. You saw that kind of wet puddle sitting right there in the corner, but the track was very damp. It was hard to kind of get traction, even put power down. Again, this is really the first lap. Trying to get a little speed, trying to get a little confidence also in the track, in the car, and grip. Again, the tires are still cold, but I really only got about maybe a lap and a half before they're going to stop us here. They're actually going to end up stopping us. I don't think I caught it on camera, but somebody went off track here. And this is session 1, like of the morning. It's cold, it's wet, it's damp, and I get it. And it's actually right that turn, right when I kind of lost traction. But see if you can spot it here in a little bit. You can see I already caught up to the Mustang at the corkscrew. I was definitely getting a little bit more confidence, a little more speed, and kind of caught the rest of the pack up here. And there's another car behind me at the time too. There was a Mustang following.
and that guy was also on my ass. And I mean, but I couldn't really go anywhere. Not to mention, didn't really have too much confidence in everyone else on the track. Like, it just kind of very unpredictable trying to drive behind these guys and not knowing when they're going to brake or brake late or even let you pass, because a lot of guys wouldn't even let you pass here. When we're coming off the main straight, that really was the only lap I got here, and it was super slow, you guys can see. And after this, so they kind of black flag us. So you'll see here, this turn right here is actually technically turn 2, and right up we come off turn 2, there's 3, which we're going to come into here in a second. So this is turn 3 right here, technically turn 3, and then turn 4 up here as well. And somebody went off right here to the right. I don't know if you can see him, or if you can see it right there off to the right. There was a guy sitting right there. I want to say it was like a Lotus or something. I want to say it was a Lotus sitting there. And that guy went off, but they end up black flagging everybody right after this turn for the most part. As soon as we basically start passing people. So here comes that Mustang. He didn't want any part of this train. So, and I agree with him. So I started trying to basically start passing people, because we really weren't going to get any good time. At this point, I want to say I had like a 1 minute and 97 seconds or something stupid, something high up there, and like basically this one of the slowest laps. So we finally started passing people, but what happened is, again, black flag means come off track. And this is really what actually ruined the day for me. It changed my mood completely throughout the day, and I was pretty pissed off. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. And you'll see here why. You'll see we kind of start slowing down, and they're gonna tell everybody to get off track. And you see that exit right there? Yep, that's the exit that they took us down to get off track on orientation. They never showed us anywhere else to get off or anything. You can see that guy right there got off right there. So that's technically pit road. They're throwing the black flag. They're telling everyone to get off. And at this point, I'm thinking the session is done. It's canceled. So I end up going all the way back around and getting off at that turn 9 or 10 or whatever it is. So I got off, and they didn't let us back on. Like I was telling you guys, so I got off track basically at that turn, and as soon as I got down to the bottom, I noticed that they let everyone else back on to the track that was on there with me. But a few of us got off in that exit they showed us, and they never allowed us to get back on because we were supposed to get off on pit road. And I literally had about a lap and a half in the morning. That was it of track time. So that really like just changed my mood throughout the day. I was pretty pissed off. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, because we come all this way to run this track, and then we don't end up getting any seat time in the morning. We got rained out the day before. Other than the orientation laps, I basically have like 5 minutes of track time at this point. So also here, you guys, it was crazy. I mean, it could have been a good thing, I guess, but I didn't have my camera on. And at this point, we just got black flag. We got pulled off, and I wasn't even recording, you guys. I looked down, we got back on this pit road, and there was a wreck, and it happened right in front of me. The guy actually went off turn 2, and then I kind of let him back on because he was basically like on my ass on the straight, so I let him pass. He had more power than me. It was a Camaro, and he had more power than me, I can tell. So he was pulling me on the straight, so I let him pass. Turn 2, I caught up to him, and then he went off. He dropped the tire. He kind of got all squirrely, and then he continued to turn 3 and 4. And then right at turn 5, I'll show you guys here in a sec. On turn 5, he completely lost it. I don't know if it was a mechanical failure, or a lot of times when we're driving and we mess up, and we kind of continue to mess up throughout the run. Like, it basically becomes very mental, and you just start throwing away the rest of the run. You're trying to basically make up for lost time and speed throughout the rest of the run, and you're going faster and faster and faster, but you end up just screwing up even more. So I think that's what happened to him. So the guy kind of went off here first, right in front of me, but then Again, I was kind of riding his butt a little bit up to turns 3 and 4, and then going into 5. And then that's when I don't know, again, I think he was carrying way too much speed. He come in too hot, and he literally just went off. I just saw the car slide. It started sliding, and this is a turn actually right here at this turn. Well, they say this is turn 5. We came in here, and the car just was not turning. He couldn't stop, and right there, I mean, you see that area right there, right into that wall. He hit that wall. The whole side of the car is wrecked at this point. Yeah, it was crazy. So I kept going. It was kind of like in disbelief. I didn't know what to think. So we're making our way up the mountain here, up towards the corkscrew, and you'll see right away they're gonna black flag us, and everyone who's basically came off. But again, at this point, this is after that. This is really the only track time I got, and I'll let you guys kind of watch it as we're warming up the tires. We're trying to get back into a rhythm, trying to also get a good pace, get a good lap time, because we still don't have a good lap time at this point. But if you notice throughout this the next couple laps, I end up just kind of on this Camaro's butt. I let him try to get a little distance, of course, so we can get a good lap time down, but I end up just catching him, and I don't really ever pass him because we had the same power plant. Now you can tell we had the same engine, same power, because I could not catch him on the straights because he was about the same engine, same setup, but I would catch him in the turns. So again, this is probably going to be maybe total of 15 minutes of seat time we got throughout the entire event. It was kind of disappointing because you go there to run this iconic track, but it is what it is. We still had a good time, but I'll let you guys watch the rest of this session here.
So yeah, I mean, that was our Laguna Seca. It is a few days later. Obviously, we're back home, made it safe, no issues traveling, thank God. But yeah, it was kind of a mess. Laguna Seca. I mean, obviously the weather was a big deal. Like that really messed up the weekend, I would call it. Not to mention, I guess, my lack of knowledge with the track itself. I probably should have been trying to pay more attention or maybe ask a couple more questions when it came down to the road course. Again, I shouldn't have got off where I got off on the track, so be able to get back on. I should have went to the pits, obviously. But again, I am a little mad, though. I'm still upset about, well, if you took us on orientation laps, I feel like you guys should have took us to the pit area and say, hey, look, this is the pit area where you guys go. Pull in here if there's any issues, you know, like during orientation. I feel like we should have got that at least. Something of that information or something like that. But again, I should have did a little bit more on my end, asked some more questions, asked some of the guys that's been there. But hey, that's the only way you're gonna learn, right? So next time we know, for next time we are back at Laguna Seca. But that lap time was actually pretty decent. The second go around, we did end up with a 143.3 or something like that lap time, which is pretty respectable, I think. I looked at a couple other lap times that are out there, and definitely pretty respectable considering we had a baby, like 10 minutes worth of track time out there and traffic. Again, we had traffic both sessions. So I think we could be faster for sure. I think we can down like 140, maybe in 139 for sure, with some more speed and some more practice and more seat time, obviously. Not to mention after that wreck, so that second session, that's when it happened, when that wreck happened. Basically, at that point, I just kind of stopped recording. I was kind of worried about the guy in that Camaro, so I ran over to the pit area and just to kind of go check on him, honestly. Went over there just to make sure he was okay. The car is obviously total, but he was fine. Thank God, the airbags and stuff went off. But yeah, it sucks. It sucks, man. It happens, and it's part of racing, obviously. But it's definitely better that he's okay and the car is not, you know what I mean? For vice versa, you never want to see that. But that's kind of why I didn't even record anything after that session. And it was really the end of the day, awards and stuff like that, trying to get the trailer loaded and all that. But hopefully you guys like the content, man. Hopefully we'll be back at Laguna Seca one of these days. Until then, you guys already know, man. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and hit the bell for notifications. And stay wrenching.